The light turns red, your foot stays on the brake, the engine keeps running. 30 seconds pass. Nothing feels wrong. No noise, no warning light, no smoke. But deep inside your engine, parts that were never meant to suffer like this are slowly getting worn down. Not all at once, not today, but in tiny, invisible moments that stack up every single drive. And here's the scary part. This habit feels responsible. It feels normal. Almost everyone does it. Yet mechanics can spot the damage it causes before the hood even cools down. To understand why this harmless-looking pause at traffic lights causes long-term damage, we need to talk about what your engine hates more than high speed. And it's not what you think. Engines hate idling more than speed. Most people believe engines wear out from driving fast. That's wrong. Engines actually prefer steady movement, smooth airflow, stable oil pressure, predictable combustion. That's what they were designed for. Idling is the opposite. At idle, your engine is running at its weakest point. Oil pressure drops, cooling airflow nearly disappears, fuel doesn't burn as clean, carbon builds faster, and metal parts rub together with less protection than they should have. Now imagine doing this hundreds of times a week. Traffic lights, school zones, toll booths, parking lots. Each stop feels harmless, but engines don't experience time like humans do. They experience friction, heat, and lubrication cycles, and idling is one of the most stressful cycles of all. But the real damage doesn't start with heat. It starts with something far sneakier, oil behavior at idle. And once you understand that, this habit becomes a lot harder to ignore. What oil is doing while you wait. When you're driving, oil flows like a river. It coats bearings, cushions pistons, separates metal surfaces that should never touch. At idle, that river slows into a trickle. Oil pressure drops just enough that microscopic contact starts happening inside your engine. You won't hear it, you won't feel it, but over time, that contact leaves marks. Even worse, modern engines run hotter and tighter than older ones. Tolerances are smaller. Oils are thinner for efficiency. That means there's less room for mistakes. Idling also causes fuel dilution. Small amounts of unburned fuel slip past piston rings and mix with oil. That thins it even more. Thinner oil equals weaker protection. And this is happening while you're doing absolutely nothing, just sitting, waiting. But oil breakdown isn't the only issue. There's another silent problem forming while the light stays red, and it lives in your exhaust system. The carbon problem no one talks about. Engines don't burn fuel perfectly at idle. They just can't. The mixture runs richer. Temperatures stay lower. That creates carbon. Carbon sticks to intake valves. It coats piston tops. It clogs exhaust pathways. Over time, it hardens into deposits that don't burn away easily. This leads to rough idle, reduced power, poor fuel economy, and that strange hesitation you feel when accelerating but can't explain. Modern direct injection engines are especially vulnerable. Fuel no longer washes over valves, so carbon builds faster. And here's the part most drivers miss. Idling creates more carbon per minute than steady driving. So every long red light is quietly feeding buildup that slowly changes how your engine breathes. But carbon is just the visible damage. The most expensive problem happens somewhere drivers never think to look, and it starts with heat.
Heat soak, the invisible engine cooker. When you stop moving, airflow stops too. Radiators rely on motion. Fans help, but they can't match natural airflow at speed. So heat builds up. Not everywhere, in specific hotspots. This is called heat soak. Turbochargers suffer badly from this. Oil inside them cooks, seals degrade, bearings wear prematurely. Even non-turbo engines experience heat concentration around exhaust manifolds, valve covers, and ignition components. Electrical connectors harden, plastic becomes brittle, rubber hoses age faster. You won't notice it this year, or maybe next year, but 5 years later, you're chasing mystery issues, leaks, sensors, overheating that seem unrelated. They all trace back to repeated heat soak cycles caused by excessive idling. And just when you think the damage stops there, your fuel system enters the chat. Why idling wastes more than just fuel? Everyone knows idling wastes fuel, but few realize how uneven that waste is. At idle, fuel injectors spray tiny amounts inconsistently. This leads to uneven combustion between cylinders. Over time, injectors clog unevenly. Spark plugs foul faster. Oxygen sensors get contaminated. Catalytic converters struggle to stay in their optimal temperature range. This creates a chain reaction. The engine computer compensates, adjusts mixtures, changes timing. The car still runs, but less efficiently, less smoothly, and less cleanly. And here's the kicker. Most drivers think turning the engine on and off causes more wear than idling. That used to be true decades ago. It isn't anymore. And understanding why completely flips how you should treat red lights. The myth that keeps this habit alive. Old engines hated restarts. Weak starters, thick oil, crude fuel systems. Modern engines? They're built for it. Starters are stronger, oils flow faster, computers manage fuel precisely during ignition. Start-stop systems exist because engineers proved restarting causes less wear than prolonged idling. The real damage comes from staying half alive, running but not moving. 30 seconds feels long, but your engine experiences it as strain without purpose. Multiply that by thousands of stops over years, and you've quietly shortened the life of components you never even think about. And now comes the question everyone asks next. If idling is bad, what should you actually do? The fix isn't dramatic, it doesn't require tools, and it doesn't cost money. If you're stopped for more than about 20 to 30 seconds, shutting the engine off is usually easier on it than letting it idle. Not always, not in every situation, but far more often than people realize. Engines like clarity, either work or rest. What they hate is hovering in between. So the next time the light turns red and you're just sitting there, remember, your engine isn't waiting, it's wearing. And now that you know what those 30 seconds really cost, you'll never hear a red light the same way again.